أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. This is the this is the virtual learning system of the session 2020 of Pakistan International School Type. نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Welcome to our Islamic Studies class. How are you children, the boys and girls of class 3? I hope you all are fine. Today children, we are going to do unit 10. It was about historical and cultural heritage, and in this lesson, in this unit, we will study lesson 3. This lesson is about the great lady in the history of Islam, Khadija bint Khuwaylid. I am your teacher, Imran Khurshid. This is your lesson. Please open this page, page number 109 of your Islamic book. If you don't have book, please focus on the screen of your laptop or computer, and let's start the reading and explanation of this chapter. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. An Ali radiyallahu anhu يقول سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول خير نسائها مريم بنت عمران وخير نسائها خديجة بنت خويلد. It means Ali radhiyallahu anha reported, I heard that Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, the best of women was Maryam bint Imran. You all know who is Maryam bint Imran. Hazrat Maryam, the mother of Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, and the best of women was Khadija bint Khuwaylid. In Hadith, Nabi Sallam mentioned the two great ladies, the two best ladies in Islam. One is Maryam alayhi salam, and the second one is Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha. Today we will learn something about Hazrat Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha, and we will get the information about that great lady. Let's start the reading. Ready children? Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha was the daughter of Khuwaylid. Who was she? She was the daughter of Khuwaylid. The name of her father was Khuwaylid, and she was known as Khadija bint Khuwaylid. She was born 15 years before the year of the elephant. It means that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was born in the year of elephant, and she was born 15 years before this event. It means she was 15 years older than Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. She was a noble, kind, and wealthy lady of Makkah. Noble means very nice, very respectable. Kind and wealthy means she has too much money because she was a businesswoman. She did business in Makkah, and she was very wealthy, having lots of money. She was 40 years old. When she was 40 years old, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam married her. She was the it means Muhammad married Hazrat Khadija anha, and she was at that time 40 years of age. Khadija anha lived with Prophet Muhammad for 25 years. She was the Prophet's only wife during that time. It means they spent 25 years together in their married life, and during that time, Prophet Muhammad did not marry any other woman. She was the only wife during that time. She was also the first Muslim when Muhammad uh, was selected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a prophet. He came back to his home and he talked about this uh, event with her in which happened in Ghar Hira, the first wahi from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and she came back and he talked with his wife. At that time, Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha embraced Islam, and she was the first woman in Islamic history. She was the first Muslimah. She always stood by the Prophet in times of difficulty. At the start, you all know that Prophet Muhammad has suffered a lot. The people of Makkah were giving him very hard time, but she always stood by her husband in all the times of difficulties. She used to comfort the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. She encouraged him, she helped him in all ways. She spent all her money for the sake of Islam and to give the benefit to all the Muslims of that time. She always used to encourage him. She always encouraged him that you are at the right path. Khadija's wealth was used for the cause of Islam. She spent all her money because she was very wealthy woman. She had lots of money. She gave all her money for the cause of Islam. The angel Jibreel used to greet her with salam from Allah. This was her specialty, that whenever angel Jibreel bring wahi, the ayah of Quran towards the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, he always greet her, says salam to her from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now I am going to read this page again without explanation. Khadija Razillah anha was the daughter of Khuwaylid. She was born 15 years before the year of the Elephant. She was a noble, kind, and wealthy lady of Mecca. When she was 40 years old, Muhammad married her. Khadija lived with Prophet Muhammad for 25 years. She was the Prophet's only wife during that time. She was also the first Muslim. She always stood by the Prophet in the time of difficulty. Khadija used to comfort the Prophet. She always used to encourage him. Khadija's wealth was used for the cause of Islam. The angel Jibreel used to greet her with salam from Allah subhanallah. Now open your next page, page 110. The Prophet ﷺ was very busy preaching Islam. Khadija anha looked after the children and family affairs. She died in the 10th year of Muhammad prophethood. Muslim girls should learn how devoted Khadija Radhiyallahu ta'ala anha was to her husband and how much she did for him and for the cause of Islam. She is one of the four best women of Jannah named in Prophet's Hadith. It means that she was a great lady, she was a great Muslimah, she was a great mother, and we all the women uh, of Islam should follow her and learn many things by her life. The Prophet, when the Prophet was busy for preaching Islam, for making effort, uh, fighting against kuffar and all that matters which were very hard in Makkah, she looked after the children. She had four daughters and two sons, but unfortunately the son died in very early age. But four daughters, she took care of them. She took care of the house. She also stood side by side with the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But before Hijrah, she died in the 10th year of Muhammad's prophethood. Muslim girls should learn how devoted Khadija was to her husband. We should follow her. We should learn how the Muslim ladies devoted all. They were very concerned. They were very honest. They were very devoted for their husbands and for Islam. And Allah, they were so great that Allah sent salam for them, and she is the one of the four best women of Jannah named in Prophet Hadith. Who are the four best women of Jannah, children? Uh, Maryam bint Imran, Maryam alayhis salam, Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha, Asiya, the wife of Fir'aun, and Fatima radhiyallahu ta'ala anha, the daughter of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I hope you all understand and you have learned many things about Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha. Now we are to start the exercise of this chapter. Let's do the exercise. The exercise is on page 111. First we will do the question and answer. If you want to write now, you can write along with me. If you want to write in the homework, it's up to you. Write it on your notebooks and send to the teacher. The first question is, who was Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha? You all know this answer after reading. Khadija radhiyallahu anha was the daughter of Khuwaylid, and she was the first wife of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who was Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha? She was the daughter of Khuwaylid, and she was the first wife of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they spent 25 years together. Let's do question number 2. What was the position of Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha in Prophet Muhammad's life? How important she was in the life of Prophet Muhammad? The answer: she was the first wife of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and also the first Muslim lady, and she always stood by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She was the first wife of the Prophet Muhammad and also the first Muslim. What was the role of Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha in Islamic history? She was the first Muslim woman. She used her wealth for the cause of Islam and she always stood and encourage Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in all his time of difficulties. Question number 4. How long did Khadija live with the Prophet radiallahu ta'ala anha? How long did Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha live with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Answer. Khadija lived with the Prophet for 25 years. Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha lived with the Prophet for 25 years. The last question is, what was the age difference between Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? What was the age difference? The age difference between Khadija and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was 15 years. It means she was 15 years elder than the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The age difference between Khadija and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was 15 years. Alhamdulillah, we have done question and answer. Now we will do the exercise number 2. This is choose the right answer. The name of Khadija Razila anha's father was, who is going to tell me? Khuilat, Abu Bakr or Abu Talib? What is the correct answer, children? Yes, Khuilat, because her name was Khadija bint Khuilat. Bint means daughter. Number 2, Muhammad married Khadija anha when she was, what was her age when she got married? She was 40 years old. Muhammad married Khadija anha when she was 40 years old. Number 3, Khadija anha lived with Prophet for how many years? Yes, correct. 25 years. They lived together for 25 years. Number 4, Khadija anha was older than the Prophet by how many years she was older? 15 years, correct. Khadija anha died in the 7th years of prophethood, the 10th year of the prophethood, 5th years of the prophethood. So the correct answer is the 10th year of the prophethood, before Hijrah from Makkah to Medina. They lived together for 25 years, but 10 years after the prophethood, they lived together. Alhamdulillah, we have done the chapter. I hope you all have understand this. Subhanakallahumma nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Your homework is to note down the question and answer and also MCQs. Also the MCQs on your notebooks. May Allah bless you all good health